name is Mike Mitchell. This is my son, Blake Mitchell. I'm a business owner of a trucking company that was already working out of Marietta. We decided to move to Williamstown, and one of the first things we wanted to do was look for a church. And the very next week, we were praying about it, and God gave two church names. And this one was one of them. And I kind of left it up to him, and I said, pick one. And we picked one. We came here. So we showed up that day. We got in here. The worship set was a good set. It was songs we know, which we know most of them, but worship really moves us, which is one of the things we loved about coming here is the worship is amazing here. I can't help but swing and move with it, and and I really get into worship, and this church does a really, really good job with the worship and really setting the tone and getting us prepared. The message actually had some pinpoints of issues that we've actually been praying about in what we were going through with moves and stuff. It just felt like home. I remember partway during the service, it was right towards the end, I looked over at Blake, and Blake actually just nodded at me. It was one of those moments I didn't have to ask him. He just nodded. He knew just as much as I did that this was going to be home. And from there, we've been coming ever since. We've been welcomed by pretty much everybody in the church. Everybody here is extremely welcoming. But watching him with youth has been amazing. The youth has been so extraordinary here. Like, all the youth that I've spoken to are actually excited to come.
The youth has definitely been a big part of my church experience with this church. It's an amazing environment.
So whenever I'm giving to the church, I'm realizing that God has already blessed me so much. And it's not a giving of my 10%, that this belongs to God and the rest belongs to me. God blessed me with all of it. It was all His that He allowed me to have in the first place. And He's allowing me to take, my generosity and stuff and give some of this back and see it actually work with either here at the church, with it being a new church, or it helping with, one of the sick families, because this church gives back 10% of theirs as well, which is something you don't see a lot. And hearing the stories of how the giving goes from here to the church and then back to somebody that's got a name, that you've actually heard the story of how it's helped this person individually. And if we can do it, it's because God's already blessed us with that ability. And that ability was given to us for a reason. And many times that reason is point blank to bless somebody else.